Do you subjectively manipulate your algorithms to prioritize or censor speech?
Congresswoman, we don't think about what we're doing as censoring speech. I think that there are types of content like terrorism that I think that we all agree we do not want to have on our service. So we build systems that can identify those and can remove that content, and we're very proud of that work.
Let me tell you something right now. Diamond and silk is not terrorism.
Got that right. Hey. And big shout out to DJ Neptune, who requested we kick it on Mark Zuckerberg in the whole Cambridge scandal. And we're gonna get a why we haven't kicked some of the other stuff, Neptune, in another video. And make no mistake about it, we will. But first, as y'all know, Zuckerberg's the creator of Facebook. Kinda. Actually, he came up with an idea and real creators developed it. Anna Neptune. This is actually deeper than just seeing. Lots of shits involved, including Facebook lining political pockets. And we told the player crowd about this long ago, when no one mentioned it. But here's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna break down and analyze a little of Mark Zuckerberg's Senate testimony. You know, so we can translate a little of what's really going on. Then we'll return and get to the big picture in another video. Because this is about more than just Facebook. And we want to give a shout out to true American heroes who provided this footage. We'll be leaving a link to them for any interested. But for now, let's review a little and translate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about. Your right to privacy, the limits of your right to privacy, and how much you give away in modern America in the name of, quote, connecting people around the world. The question basically of what information Facebook's collecting, who they're sending it to, and whether they ever asked me in advance my permission to do that. Is that a fair thing for a user of Facebook to expect?
Yes, Senator. I think everyone should have control over how their information is used. And as we've talked about in some of the other questions, I think that is laid out in some of the documents. But more importantly, you want to give people control in the product itself. So the most important way that this happens across our services is that every day people come to our services to choose to share photos or send messages. And every single time they choose to share something, they have a control right there about who they want to share it with. But that level of control is extremely important.
They certainly know within the Facebook pages who their friends are, but they may not know, as has happened, and you've conceded this point in the past, that sometimes that information is going way beyond their friends, and sometimes people have made money off of sharing that information. Correct?
Senator, you're referring, I think, to our developer platform.
That means yes. Now, like most bullshitters, Zuckerberg has a problem answering questions directly. He enjoys evading and coloring it with a bunch of fucking bullshit rather than a simple yes or no. Now, in all fairness, because we ain't biased, not all answers are a simple yes or no. However, we're gonna get into that in our second big picture breakdown video. But for now, let's continue the review and translation.
Mr. Zuckerberg, I tell you, I think your cozy community, as Dr. Mark Jameson recently said, is beginning to look a whole lot like the Truman Show, where people's identities and relationships are made available to people that they don't know. And then that data is crunched and it is used, and they're fully unaware of this. So I've got to ask you, I think what we're getting to here is, who owns the virtual you? Who owns your presence online? And I'd like for you to comment, who do you think owns an individual's presence online? Who owns their virtual you? Is it you or is it them?
Congresswoman, I believe that everyone owns their own content online. And that's the first line of our terms of service. If you read it, says that.
Really? He can do what he want with your shit when he wants without you having no say so, but you own it. Clock the words.
I believe
He believes. Watch the terminology closely. We told y'all long ago. Listen to every fucking word. We ain't these other motherfuckers either. We say the same shit no matter how long ago. Now if someone claimed you raped someone, and you didn't, are you gonna say you believe you didn't rape him? Nah, unless you're a fucking dummy. And Zuckerberg ain't no dummy. A shyster but not a dummy. You wouldn't claim you believe you didn't rape him. Because you know you didn't rape him. So you'd make it clear. No, I didn't rape no goddamn fucking body. You wouldn't say,
I believe
you didn't rape him. However, Facebook without a doubt is raping your fucking privacy. Which we told y'all long ago. And we'll get a why before we exit. But what's the real answer to Marsha Blackburn's question? Who owns the virtual you? That's a catch-22. You see. You own the virtual you. You're simply tricked into turning that ownership over to motherfuckers. The devil always wants your soul. And comes up with a shitload of tricks to get you to agree with turning it over. Be leery of anyone claiming what you don't know won't hurt you. They're the ones doing shit to you they don't want you knowing. So Facebook owns the virtual you. Then you rent the virtual you from them. They can take and block you anytime they want. Unless you take the virtual you back. But when a whole uses something as a whole, they've gotta come together as a whole and take it back in the same manner. As a whole. And when 51% can unite, they'll take every natural right they have back.
An individual's presence online. Who owns their virtual you? Is it you or is it them?
Congresswoman, I believe that everyone owns their own content online.
False. We're gonna get at what people don't know. In another video. You see. We're gonna tell the truth about the cloud. And what it actually is.
Facebook has not noticed a significant increase in users deactivating their accounts. Is that correct?
Yes.
Last we checked, which we spoke on our other channel, deactivating your account wasn't a matter of a few clicks. Unlike most sites at the time, we was actually told we had to contact Facebook and have them review and give us permission. Yes. Permission from Facebook to leave. Now it's not like we created an account which said if you ever want to close it you gotta get special permission from Master Zuckerberg in big bold print. Then we agreed to the fucking crap. Yet he believes you own the virtual you. If that ain't rape, what a fuck is? Now if things is still the same, most people will say fuck that process and simply never return. However, their access to your shit'll remain.
Now, since the revelations surrounding Cambridge Analytica, Facebook has also not noticed a decrease in user interaction on Facebook, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now, I want to take a minute to talk about some of the civil and regulatory penalties that we've been seeing. I'm aware of 2 class action lawsuits that Facebook has settled relating to privacy concerns. Lane versus Facebook was settled in 2010. That case resulted in no money being awarded to Facebook users. Is that correct?
Congresswoman, I'm not familiar with the details of that.
Do you know about the lawsuit?
Congresswoman, I get briefed on these.
You know about this lawsuit, Lane versus Facebook, yes or no?
I'm not familiar with the details.
Okay,
of it.
if you can.
That means yes. Mark has a habit of evading, twisting and trying to color shit as we said. Fuck not familiar with the details have to do with it. Which it can betcha ass. All this shit Mark claims he doesn't know. He knows. Facebook's his fucking life and he lives for it.
Some things are striking during this conversation. As CEO, you didn't know some key facts. You didn't know about major court cases regarding your privacy policies against your company. You didn't know that the FTC doesn't have fining authority and that Facebook could not have received fines for the 2011 consent order. You didn't know what a shadow profile was. You didn't know how many apps you need to audit. You did not know how many other firms have been sold data by Dr. Kogan other than Cambridge Analytica and Innoia Technologies, even though you were asked that question yesterday. And yes, we were all paying attention yesterday. You don't even know all the kinds of information Facebook is collecting from its own users.
Oh, he know. Make no mistake about it. He know. The question isn't what is it Mark Zuckerberg didn't know. The real question's, what is it you looking at this right now didn't know? See, there's a few of you watching thinking, yeah, that's why I never fuck with Facebook. So let's see how much you know. Do you think because you never fucked with Facebook that they ain't fucking with you?
So you're collecting data outside of Facebook. When someone goes to a website and it has the Facebook like or share, that data is being collected by Facebook, correct?
Congresswoman,
Yes or no?
that's right, that we understand in order to show which of your friends.
Yeah, so for people that
like
don't
the
even
page.
have Facebook, I don't think that the average American really understands that today, something that fundamental. And that you're tracking everyone's online activities, their searches. You can track what people buy, correct?
Congresswoman,
You're collecting that data, what people purchase online. Yes or no?
actually, if they share it with us, but Congresswoman,
Because it has a
overall,
share button, so it's gathering. Facebook has the application. In fact, you've patented applications to do just that. Isn't that correct? To collect that
Congresswoman,
data.
I don't think any of those buttons share transaction data. But broadly,
But
I
they
disagree
track
with the
you. You're
characterization.
collecting medical data, correct, on people that are on the internet, whether they're Facebook users or not, right?
Congresswoman, yes, we collect some data.
Collecting people's data for what? Yeah, we know what. And we'll get a what in our big picture breakdown on Facebook and their crap. But like a link. If you connect with anything that's connected with Facebook, then Facebook's connected to you. Even without you having any desire for them to. That's simple. But before we exit this first half, here's the question. What sparked our shit with Facebook? I mean, we've been talking about Facebook and warning sleeping motherfuckers long before all these fake righteous liars and fake organizations popped up. They just like Zuckerberg without the intelligence. So here's what sparked our investigating long ago. You see, I had a friend in Las Vegas. We'll just call her Anna. That's not her real name, but we're just gonna call her Anna for this video. Anyway, I met her years ago. Personal friendship which had nothing to do with business. And she wrote a book years later after meeting her. So she contacted me. She knew what one of the departments of our company did and wanted us to do the graphics for her. There was even talk about getting the story on film. Possibly go in Hollywood with a good pitch. So we was chopping it up on it. Send an email back and forth on a regular. When Facebook sent me a message. The message made it clear. It said Anna was looking for me all over Facebook. Now I used an alias on Facebook. Let's just say my alias name's John Doe Green. Well, Facebook sent an email saying, Anna been looking for you all over Facebook, John Doe Green. Here's the thing. That's fucking impossible. Since Anna don't even know me as John Doe Green. Nor'd she know I had an account with that name. So that was a big fucking lie. So right off the back, lying's a part of their game. Which makes theft a part of their game. Which means a shitload of those billions are actually gained through theft. Making it theft. Not a mention. I asked Anna personally if she was looking for me. Which I already knew she wasn't. But you wanna be able to make factual claims like we are now. In case it's ever needed in a court of law. That's why I confirmed it with her. Even though I already knew it was a lie. Since she had no idea I even used that name. So how could they have her real name? And connect it to my Facebook alias. Then send me an email with this lie. It's impossible since she never looked me up on Facebook and I never looked her up on it. I asked her, so I know. The only connection we had on the internet was our private emails. There's no way possible Facebook could even know we knew each other. So how'd they know we did? How'd they find that out? Use your common sense from this point on what they actually did. Anna, illegal activities they actually engage in. That's what started our investigating. And we'll tell you something. Algorithms aren't designed to help you in a fucking least. They're designed to make you crumb chasing puppets. Know this. Your mind shouldn't be rewired to comply with the designs of websites. Websites should be rewired to comply with the design of your mind. And we'll get to the big picture, Neptune. In our second half.